weren't even born when these Romans came to South Wales to fight against our tribe. And most people have known nothing but war because of them. It's very difficult to live in these circumstances. We're fighting for the liberties of our tribe, not only our tribe in fact, but the tribes that are still fighting for freedom all along the British Isles. Even in occupied areas of Britain, you still have a good, strong network of people. Now the Romans would tell you that we're a ramshackle bunch of people that have no organisation. The same you could say for bees or wasps for that reason. If you stood in the middle of a swarm, you'd think that it was confusion, total confusion, but every individual within that swarm knows exactly what they're doing. Every bee knows what it's doing, how it works, where it's meant to go, where it's meant to be. The same with our warriors. It's just that the Romans don't understand the complexity of our culture, of our organisation. They just see things in straight lines. And in all honesty, Romans aren't that right, anyway, as far as I can see. And I've been fighting against them for quite some time. Now the Romans are also very, very heavy. You see that they have an awful lot of armour on them. It's to protect them, it slows them down, it makes them weak. They rely too much on their armour. Now they will say it's an advantage. But in actual fact, in the terrain that we fight in, it's a total disadvantage. Most of the armour they actually have is also stolen from other people. Most of that armour that you'll see in the Roman camp started off as either Greek, Celtic, or other Italian tribes. They've stolen everything and just used what they wanted. Now they'll say that this is a show of strength. It is an absolute show of weakness. The Romans work on the basis of fear. They try to put fear into people, but it's only because they're frightened themselves. They pride themselves on their organisation. Time after time, I have fought against these Romans, and I've known as soon as they run out of food, as soon as they run out of money, if the Romans aren't paid, then they just wither away like ice in the sun. There's no strength to them at all. They're very, very weak, where you need to be very, very strong. Very inflexible, where you need to be flexible and strong and powerful. Not always the strength of the armour where the warrior is the important thing. You'll also see that all of the Romans are men. Because you've basically halved your army already. We have female warriors that have trained in the best academies. I would call them academies, but they are schools of warrior training that we have dotted around in Britain. And they've studied for years in these areas and been perfected in many different forms of warfare, where the Romans are trained to just thrust and stab. Very, very limited training that they have too. We have years of experience. We've trained our bodies to fight in conditions that we're comfortable in, and even in conditions we're not comfortable. We're very, very adaptable. You'll notice as well that the warriors that I have here don't have that much in the way of armour. It's partly down to choice. I have chainmail. This chainmail is very, very useful against hacking and slashing weapons. Can't really feel that much. It's also very good against some arrows as well. So I'm very protected, but I can also move an awful lot, a lot more than the legionaries. Very rigid. Warriors here, some of you notice, they don't have shoes. And you might think, well, why not? It's basically to do with the fact of where we choose to fight. The land around, if you have leather shoes, you slip if it's wet. The grass can be greasy, or if it's muddy, it can cause a lot of issues. So you wear nothing on your feet, and you have really, really good grip. You're less likely to fall. Now, the fact that we've been fighting for so long says something. We're not a ramshackle bunch of people pulling belly button stuff out of our belly buttons, as some of the Romans might say. We're actually very, very good at what we do. I'm going to show you, to start with, some of the tactics, some of the tools of our trade. fighting against the Romans. And you'll notice that a lot of our tools and equipment, some of it looks quite old, some of it though is completely different to everyone else. Whereas a Roman shield is uniform. It has one function. Our weapons have a lot of different uses. And it all depends on who's carrying them. Now, I prefer this kind of shield. And these shields here aren't just there to protect you like Roman shields, although Romans can push and guard, step on your toes as well with them as well. These shields are our primary weapon, and this is what we just finish people off with, essentially. See that these two shields are different. This shield here, for example, show first of all. Now, if someone is coming up, if you're fighting against another tribe, another Celtic tribe, a lot of our swords are razor sharp on the edges, so we tend to hack, slash. Which means that if I was coming at this warrior, hit down, push him out of the way, he's left me exposed. He stabbed me in my belly. It's no good. Even if I've got my shield here, I do exactly the same thing. Still blinded me. He could have even hit me on the face with that shield as well to knock me away. So I've lost my balance. This is the most important weapon that you have. It's not just there to protect your body and to cower and hide behind. It's something to use. Fighting against a Roman, exactly the same thing. And that even exposes where the Romans are weak. Covered in armour, it just exposes armpit. And that spear just goes straight through. And this will take years and years of practice. It's almost like another limb for a lot of my warriors. My shield here has horns on it, so I can shield, break them, maybe damage the arm behind so they can't actually pick up the shield again. Or I can block it down and take the weapon out of the way. Push the shield away as well. Protect myself. So I can do a lot of different things with this thing. This is a very, very useful weapon to have. And weapon, my warriors have here, a nice long spear. Now, the Romans don't tend to have great variety of weapons. A lot of it is uniform. But this is essentially a spear. It could be a dagger, it could be a sword, basically a lot of different things. In the right hand, this can be used in many different ways. I can't really reach him that well because he's got such a range. Now, if I was going to run at him, I'd have to show you how close I'd have to get before I can do any damage at all. You can see that would go straight through me, so that's no good. You can shorten it, come too close. You can use it like a dagger or a sword. It's still a very, very flexible and usable weapon. Lots of people use spears because they're long and they keep the enemy away from you, so it's a very handy thing. We also have javelins, which can be used as a thrusting spear as well. And again, this is a weapon that can be a very, very useful tool. You can carry 3 of these into battle, you throw them into your enemy. Now their lines, especially the Roman lines, depend on formation. And then you can use, if you still have some left, you can still use them like a sword, a dagger, or a long spear going into the body. So it's a very, very handy use. When it comes to protection, you have chainmail, or like a lot of my warriors will just have, you have agility. You have obviously the shield to protect your body when you need to, but this helmet has been designed so that it looks good, I think, but also it protects your face, it protects your cheeks. So if someone is coming at you with a sword, your face. So it protects your cheeks, it protects your bone. Don't really get hurt. You might have a nasty bruise, but that's about it. Also, the cone shape here and this peak protects your nose, your ears, and the back of your head. And also the chainmail, you move as well, obviously. out of the way. And also, it's a very, very handy thing. It stops you getting knocked out, it stops your head from getting damaged. Maybe fracture. It's a very, very handy thing. You can't really feel that much. That's all. Probably damage. It's a very, very useful thing. When it comes to swords, they do come in different sizes. A lot of irony swords tend to be about this size, or it can be a little bigger. Like I said, our skill and our strength is in our adaptability. Every warrior fights in a network of tribes and clans. They all fight as an individual, they all fight as a team as well, and that's important. I can rely on these warriors, even if I've been shot by an arrow or I've been killed in battle. I know that my warriors will continue to do what they're doing because they've been trained for so long. I understand them and they understand me and they know what they're doing. Once you fight against the Roman army, if they kill the centurion, or they start killing the tradesmen within their army, they can't make their own weapons anymore. They have no one to lead them. They're like headless chicken, just running around basically panicking. I know that our warriors here can do the job if I'm not there. One thing that we're very good at, like I said, is adaptability and using our strength. Some of our warriors are small and light, some of our warriors are very tall and big. So we'd use these for different reasons. I'll show you now. So you can see what the Romans scooped them. It doesn't really stand too well against the weight and the power of a good warrior. It'll break in and it rips through. That shield is basically useless now. Also, he's not going to stop there. He'll carry on hitting that until it's into the chip-ins. He's not going to do a great deal. That warrior is just taking out one link in what the Romans pride themselves as an invincible army. You take one little link away from that and it breaks. That warrior's just made a gap in the Roman lines and it's going to push through. And in individual combat, unless there's a lucky strike, the Roman can't stand against a Celt or a Briton. A very important thing. We also have a lot of tactics. Some of these are old, tried, tested tactics we have. I'd like to show some of them today, as long as I can get some help or some volunteers from the crowd. Would anyone like to help? Let's have some volunteers. Let's have some volunteers. Keep your hands up.
Поднимай руку, скажешь, помочь.
Right here, guys. Anyone wants to have a go at fighting?
Take your shield.
Excellent. Any more?
Иди вперед, поближе.
Now the Romans will tell you that they're a great army. And they are good at fighting in certain areas. Romans really, really like flat land. Now unfortunately, they're fighting in Wales where we don't have much flat land. It's either forest, hill, or it's mountain, or it's boggy and stumpy. Not very many places the Romans can fight. They have to go from one place where they're fought to get to this battlefield. Chances are that they'll never reach it. Like I said, we've studied their tactics and their movements, and they don't really change that much to be fair. We hit them when they're moving from A to B. It's called guerrilla war. We hit them when they're at their weakest. Now, imagine my warriors here, a single line. Now the Romans sometimes travel. Now they're walking through a path through the forest. They have no choice. They get from one place to the other. Unfortunately, like I said, the Romans are very slow, very heavy, really, really noisy. We should find our time, lie awake, time to fight for us. Then you guys can come over here. So you imagine that these warriors are hidden behind bushes and trees, being very, very quiet. They're just waiting for the Roman army, the Roman column to march through.
Romans, I have a good idea. Let's march through that really dark wall without checking either side. There's a road.
Do it! Romans coming! Romans coming! Romans coming! Right then, if you come back, go back into your lines again. Behind the hedges, behind the trees. Behind the trees again. Now then, you attack the back of the column, which makes the ones in the front frightened. If you attack the front of the column, then the ones in the back will help. And that's no good. So you learn to hit the back and sides, just like these warriors just did there. And it totally panicked them. They're not ready for war. The shields are on their back. They're still wearing armour, but there's nothing much they can do about it because they weren't expecting it. Sometimes they march in twos, and you'd think that this is a little bit better. They can protect either side of the road. But let's just see how it goes.
Romans, let's go through that forest again. Look, come on.
Romans coming! So you can see here, even though they're protected on both sides, the Romans are now squeezed. They can't lift their swords to fight. They're pushed in. They're actually killing themselves. They're suffocating themselves. They can't move out by the sheer weight.
Yeah, me too. I wish I was a cow.
And if there was more than two of them, say 3 or 4 in a line, then the 2 in the middle would be stuck. They wouldn't be able to do anything, and they'd just be there getting squeezed and not be able to do anything at all, just apart from not breathe so well because they're getting squished.
I'm a really scared Roman. Let's run away.
Fantastic. Everybody give our warriors a clap. Well done.
Келты, да, против, были келты против римлян. Нравилось? Ну вот, а ты еще не хотел смотреть.
So, as you can see, we just got a fresh batch of warriors. Moment's notice. So there is an unity between our people, between my tribe and other tribes that are around us. Having the same issue, the same problem as Siluri today. The Romans are saying that we're not united. And in many ways, the Romans aren't that united either. This year alone, the Romans have got 3, 4 emperors. So their leadership is not that stable, to be honest. These people are fighting for a system that is obviously corrupt and regards people like you and me and my warriors here as second-class citizens. Because we don't necessarily agree with everything that they say, especially women. In Roman culture, women will always be second-class citizens. Maybe a son could be a citizen in time, but they will always regard you as a second-class citizen. So before you vote today, just think about your families, brothers and sisters and friends, your community. Just think about what you're voting for. So we're trying to fight a time where we work and fight and live together in a way that we want to, rather than living in a way that we're told to. By someone who doesn't care for us, apart from our taxes, and using most of our population as slaves. In fact, Roman soldiers are sometimes paid as slaves. So thank you very much for listening. I hope you have a good day.
Свои.